45-month resub, my man. Guys, let's stop delaying. Jesus Christ. Finally, here we go. We're hopping into match. It is the round of 8, the quarterfinals of WCS Valencia. Yeah, we're casting it off a replay on my stream, but I know some of you haven't seen this game, and if you haven't, you missed out, because every single Haas game throughout this tournament was an absolute pleasure. We've already cast his group stage matches. We've cast his round of 16 nail-biting match against Kelazur. And now he's going to be facing off against this man down here in the blue, the Zerg. It is Nerchio. And his opponent, the red Protoss on the top right-hand side of the map. The Protoss player, he is Haas. He is unlike any other Protoss player, though. He is a madman. He just does his own thing. He just makes stuff up. Does crazy stuff. He often doesn't build any probes, just builds a pylon, then builds a gateway and cheeses his opponent off very little economy. He had a few weeks where every game he was going double gateway on 14, and then he'd run across and he'd start building shield batteries in your natural, and he'd just chrono boost adepts at you. That was like every Protoss vs Zerg he played for weeks. What we've seen in this tournament so far is a few cannon rushes, and his mid-game plan seems to be centered around a lot of charge lot drop openings into just staying low on gas, getting 3 mineral lines though. So he goes up to 3 bases, but he doesn't take the gas. And then he likes to get up a couple of sentries, a couple of immortals, so these great anti-roach units, and then just make obscene amounts of charge zealots, while steadily adding upgrades off one forge. And what he does then is, even if the roaches are in a big enough army where he can't really fight it, he splits up and he's been hitting the left, hitting the right, doing a giant zealot warp in the main base, that sort of thing. That's how he broke a laser. We actually were watching that game on Catalyst. We thought a laser was completely safe against it. Haas just was like, nah, splits up, drops 4 zealots on top of the roaches in the main, warps in another like 12 zealots, overwhelms those roaches, and then jumps in on the other side, traps all the Ravagers with force fields, and kills them with the Immortals and Sentries. And I'm like, okay, I guess Haas is just insanely good at this game. And that seems to be his like go-to, which, yeah, I mean, he's playing really standard again here. He is going Stalker first, so he wants to try and catch an Overlord. Nerchio being very safe with this Overlord, though. I mean, I wonder if the Stalker, if it goes straight there, it might catch the Overlord up against the edge where it can't escape. Let's see what Haas's game sense is like. Haas comes in, sees there's no third base. We'll see exactly what's up. Do you need permission to post a link? Well, if it's a link to a picture of your dick, there's no amount of permission that will ever allow you to post that. If it's a link that's on a particular topic on hand, it's StarCraft related, it is a safe link, then you should be okay. But, yeah, don't be posting Imgur links to your dick. Just a heads up. Easy way to get banned. Easy way to get banned, guys. I do appreciate you asking for permission, Rod of Nod. Usually that means you're going to post something pretty PC. Oh, Overlord's going to come in. Stalker! Oh, the Stalker was having a smoko break. The Overlord gets in and sees everything. Sees the lights on that, which actually now sees those lights speed. I was like, those lights seem kind of slow. You see how the light starts going really fast up and down? That tells the upgrade's happening. The thing is, that started only after the Overlord spotted it. So Nerchio might be thinking DTs, because he's like, you might be faking the upgrade. You only started it after the Overlord came in. So he's still going to have a few alarm bells, kind of thinking, okay, what could this be? And it looks like Observer first, Charge on the way. Yeah, it looks like this Charge Zealot build, guys, going up to 4 gateways. And he actually builds his economy quite quickly. So that's what I think makes this build so powerful. Forge now going down. Is Haas does this straight into Prism. Yeah, this is the build. Nice. I like it. Let's see how it goes out. What makes it so powerful is normally against Haas, you're trying to play so overly safe because he cannon rushes, he does all these 1 base and 2 base all-ins. He's so cheesy normally. So this is almost like the mind game macro build where he gets in a really good spot economically, does a little bit of pressure, and then he just swings in with what is, yes, it's a short-term game plan, like a mass charge lot assault, with just a few immortals and sentries, but it's surprisingly powerful, and I feel like he's just going to do it again. Yeah, look, 3 zealots going to go across. Now, the way he does this is when this arrives, if there's not enough units, he will just siege up and immediately warp in other units. If there's enough defense, he just picks up, flies away, and he'll like harass here, and then he'll rotate around and harass here, and he just kind of forces the Zerg to react. And the combination with the Observer means he can often actually kill the creep tumors as well, which is really useful. So yeah, he's already planning it. He has this real formula with this build, which he loves to do. Is he going to actually siege up and warp in? No, it looks like he's building Immortals in a third base already, so he's not even thinking about that. Oh, he's trying to get the creep tumor. But his Zealots are trying to charge off. Oh, he's going to get that one. Okay, keeps all 3 Zealots alive. Oh, the Roaches are pulling back. He's going to get the creep tumor. No, Nerchio loses his fresh creep tumor. But Nerchio is super safe right now. The actual problem for Nerchio is that his worker count was pretty low. He stopped at only 40 workers to get these roaches out. So not the most economic play from Nerchio. But if he can get up roach speed, he's adding drones in now. If he can get enough workers out, he should be good. Ooh, gets the Observer and is replacing the creep. Nice move there. This Warp Prism, as I said, is now going to rotate down. But we've got the third finishing up behind this. Yep, no gases on the third. He's going to transfer probes down. This is this build, guys. He's already adding 5 more gateways to go up to 9 gates. And there we go. If he can just find a drone or 2. Oh, that's great. 2 drones. Will he get the second one? Yep. And he just picks up and leaves. Very nicely done. And Nerchio is actually wanting to do some pressure here. So Nerchio wants to go across with these roaches. With roach speed coming out, it should be okay, as long as they don't get trapped by force field. But if they get trapped, that's where things can go really bad for Nerchio. Behind this, only 47 drones for Nerchio. This is so low economy. And that's good, right? The thing is, Haas is actually up in workers right now. And he's got Immortals and Sentries. The Lings see the Immortals and Sentries. Nerchio cannot afford to let these roaches get trapped. The thing is, Haas is almost done with his probing. He's gonna cut probe production now. Yeah. He's got a mineral line, a mineral line, a mineral line. Just the 2 gases. +1's finished. 9 gateways are ready. It's go time. And Nerchio, a lot of his roaches are on the wrong side of the map. He's actually just pulled everything home. I think he just F2'd. Nerchio loves that F2 key. He's making Ravages, and he's trying to make an Evolution Chamber wall. Or is that for... That's for upgrades. Oh, no. I don't know if he even realizes this attack's coming right now. His roaches are on the other side of the map. They're not at home to help defend. Phoenix sees the Queens are all in the back, out of position. Going for burrow and tunneling claws right now is Nerchio. He's going to try and counterattack. Does he have enough units at home? If he can hang on while doing counter damage with those roaches, it'll be huge. It's all about this attack. He's already used all his corrosive piles. He takes out a few of the sentries. That's a lot of Zealots and Immortals pushing in. The roaches at home doing a lot of damage. They're going to start to take down the pylons, but let's look back at the most important fight down here. Nerchio's crushing it, I think. He's got so many roaches and queens. He's way down on drones. But if he can do more damage... Oh, those roaches just hitting gateways. What a waste. What a waste. He didn't get in the probe lines. Oh, he could have split into both probe lines and killed so many workers by now. But it's only inevitable after this recall. Haas is going to shut down these roaches. We should really see some focus fire from Nerchio. He's trying to drone up behind this, which is the right call. But there's more Immortals on the way. We've got +2. Where's the Observer? The Observer's dead. There's no Observer. Tunneling Claw roaches. Oh, wow. I think this is such a good move for Nerchio. But he's actually moving across the map to attack. He does have to be careful. There's still a very dangerous counter swing that could come out of Haas behind this. Haas is still up in the workers. He can afford to lose a couple, but he can't let this get out of control. Those roaches popping up, popping down, keeping so many units out of position. And here we go. Roaches and Ravagers going to dive on top of this Immortal. Is the Warp Prism. It saves it. Does manage to save. There's a shield battery down here. Guardian shield goes down. Zealots trying to get in on the save. More and more probes are going down on the other bases right now. Nerchio, though, only just tying up the workers. And these roaches, there we go, in the main base, they're still doing damage. Oh my lord. Nerchio getting some nice value out of this. Units lost. Nerchio has been so much more efficient than Haas, but the fact remains that Haas's economy has just been bigger pretty much the entire game. So Haas's army is still quite fearsome and definitely has the upgrade lead. If he can hit with a +2 timing attack, he might wreck it. These roaches and Ravagers definitely getting overeager. They're trying to distract so more kills can go down. Sorry guys, trying to keep track of when these roaches pop up and down. But the roaches in the main did get cleaned up. These ones, it's only a matter of time till like cannon finishes. They should try to pick off 1 or 2 more probes. And Nerchio is up at 60 drones, adding 3 more. Going into Hydra range, I think that's the right call. All he needs to worry about is defense right now. He still sees a lack of gases on all 3 bases. You know you're up against Pure Zealot. I actually probably would have preferred Banelings, to be honest, though. Because Banelings, I mean, you know your opponent's just mineral heavy. He's got to make a ton of Zealots to spend his money. Oh, contaminates the +2. Nerchio with the big boy plays. 300 IQ confirmed. A roach spots the attack coming out as well. Nerchio is going to try and evacuate that roach, but it will go down. And he's going for a fourth, but he doesn't need to defend it. Right now, Nerchio just needs to hang on. He's making a lot of Ravages. Now, Ravages are great at this army because you can put the Biles in front of the Immortals and Sentries and then pull back. And that way, the Immortals and Sentries, if they want to try and fight in sync with the Zealots, they need to walk through the Biles and eat them. And it allows you to sort of separate the Zealots from the Immortals and Sentries. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. There's no Banelings here. Hydras are finished, but +1's not ready yet. +2 is finished for Haas. That's his scary army. I think Nerchio might need to pull drones. If he defends this attack, he's way ahead. Roach Warren's about to go down, so it's only Hydra production from now. He's spending gas on Lurkaden. He doesn't want to get out-teched here, but that's not the threat. The threat is this attack right here, right now, and I think Nerchio, I mean, he's still got a pretty good ranged army, but there's some force fields left in there, and a good set of force fields that split this army in half will win the game for Haas. If he can do that, I mean, he's all in. Oh no, these units on the north are trapping themselves. I don't know if that's a good position. It could be nice because the Zealots can't hit them. Corrosive biles are spreading on everything, but it does kind of allow the damage to get split up. And Nerchio's army, yeah, he's actually given too much surface area to these Zealots. He hasn't consolidated his range damage. The north side is finally breaking through those Zealots, but these Hydras and Roaches were stuck behind those force fields. The hatch goes down, and the +2 attack upgrade, the Stalker, Zealot, and Mortal doing the work. The Mortals especially. We've got 15 kill Immortal, a 12 kill Immortal, and an 18 kill Immortal. Oh my lord. Let's double check those kill counts, guys. Yeah, so many kills across those Immortals because they just never died. I guess Hydras were the wrong choice, right? Baneling Roach Ravager would be perfect against this. Baneling Ravager. Nerchio going for Lurkaden as well. Like this is not what he needed right here. It was a hard situation because up until that point, remember, before this fight started, look at the units lost tab. That's like the funny story here, guys. He's 1,500 resources more efficient than the Protoss, and he loses. How often do you see that? That's what we call a symptom of playing against Haas. When you're playing against Haas, you're like, this guy's gonna cheese me, this guy's gonna cheese me. He's cutting drones a little bit early to build his first Roaches. He's cutting drones again to like get more Roaches, and then he's like, oh shit, he's actually not attacking, he's just taking a third, and he made good use of it with tunneling claws, but it's just fucking hilarious to see just to see a Zerg so much more efficient and then they're not win the game. His first hold was really good, but definitely took a long time to drone up in that game. I think you can actually cut some more corners against Haas. Like, you can't play too overly safe. Nonetheless, I think Nerchio is one of these guys who's like, he's generally a pretty safe, calculated guy. Like, he's the dude who can play like safe, and he tends to play against his opponent's race rather than his specific opponent. I do think it's just maybe a lack of respect for the power of 3 mineral lines, no gases, and just how many Zealots can come out of that. And the combo of that with the Immortals and Roach Hydra is just not that good against that sort of composition. So anyway, guys, let's launch into the next game. In the bottom left, in the red, the Protoss player, it is Haas. In the top left, in the blue, the Zerg player, it's Nerchio. And of course, let's get the scoreboard up to date. There we go. Took a few tries, but we got there in the end. Of course, we're going to be spawning into Red Shift, which is the map with the gold base, which you're a madman if you take. It's a trap, as Kevin Rotterdam van der Kooi says. Or van der Kooi, as I like to say. Sounds more fun that way. It is Koi, right? You just say Koi? Koi? Something like that? I like to call him Kui. No, Nerchio's going to do my build. This is my build. I do this on Star-Lord because it's like the dumbest thing you could possibly do. He's going to take the hatch on the other side? Okay, against Terran it's really bad because they can just jump a Reaper there and still deny your mining. But against Protoss it like kind of makes sense. I mean, it's dumb when I do it. Nerchio obviously has a much better plan than I do, right? So the thing is, this base is so close, and Protoss can even build a pylon there and just like warp in units there and just like be in your mineral line in a second. So usually you want to do something aggressive off the back of this. The problem is, oh yeah, he's dropped a reactive forge. He's going to go cannon rush it from the other side of the minerals, of course. Nerchio, he saw the probe coming. So does he pull drones down here? He must. He's got to pull drones down to fight it. The problem is, if you pull drones to this side... Wait, Haas hasn't even sent out another probe yet. He's going to trick this through the minerals. Nerchio hasn't pulled workers? And he doesn't have any overlords sitting above his natural. Oh. Okay, Nerchio is just going to give it up. He wants this to get cannon rushed. Otherwise, this is such a silly mistake. Yeah, he's going to go for the third. But he still hasn't confirmed this is happening. You don't want the hatch. I mean, it's not too bad if the hatch finishes, but you need to already have this base started because you can't really get much value out of this. Now Nerchio knows for sure. And what does he do? I'm going to go on Nerchio's camera, guys. He drops a Roachmoran and moves out to take the other. This is slow. No, you needed that base to already be building. And that's a lot of cannons being committed. But yeah, I don't think Nerchio realized this was going to happen. It's Haas. You don't go take a weird-ass expansion like this versus Haas unless you got a really good plan for the follow-up. And already a 5-probe lead for Haas. But keep in mind, it was Gateway Forge. So Nexus hasn't started. Like, Haas's build is pretty uneconomic as well. The problem is the gas is building up. And yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That Stargate's going to be too early. Only at 19 drones is Nerchio. So it's going to be like, oh yeah, he's okay, he's okay. He can slowly break up with some Ravages. But then they could just be like Oracles showing up and he could be in big trouble. This Overlord's looking for the Nexus. It does go down now. The Overlord will spot that momentarily. First Adept is going to come and there's already 5 Roaches on the way. So that Nexus won't be much use unless there's a Void Ray first. But Haas is actually going to see these Roaches pretty much immediately. Yeah, oh, Nerchio's micro. No, already losing a drone. Is he going to get that second one out? Does screw up the focus fire, does Haas. Does get a second drone. 25 probes to 17 drones, guys. And he's building these Roaches on the front. But the problem with this map, as I was going to say before, is if you want to do something aggressive, this ramp is just too easy to defend. Oh, if only Nerchio just walked up that ramp with the Roaches, it would have been so much better here. These cannons might get time to finish. A shield battery goes down behind the cannon as well. Oracle can kill one Ravager when it first pops out, but then it'll run out of energy right after that. Ravager's going to do some damage. All right, I think Nerchio... can he? Yeah, he can squeeze through. Those Ravagers have been dieting. They're going to start taking out probes. All right, okay. So he does get over there quick enough that I think this is working out now for Nerchio. And, ooh, that bile would have been juicy if they didn't move. Already killing 6 probes. Make that 7. Make that... Oh my god, another 8th one. Yeah, Oracle's out of energy as well, so we can't even go back to mine. Stalker's finally here, but 8th probe goes down. Behind this, Nerchio's droning up. And because the Oracle used all its energy, Nerchio doesn't need Spore Crawlers for a little bit. Gold base is mining, though. That's going to give him something. He can warp in units here. Warp gate's finished. Imagine if 2 Adepts warp in, just shade in the main and kill like 8 drones. Because he's not even watching right now. Nerchio's Overlord should be on this high ground or over here, I think. Or maybe even there. That's dangerous. Warp gate's already almost done. We've got another Oracle on the way. This Oracle's coming across. Spore Crawlers are now down. I like that Nerchio delayed them. He doesn't have a 3rd hatchery on the way. He's building a few more Roaches to make sure he can defend any Adepts. I'm still worried about potential warp-ins on that back door, but I guess there's only one gateway right now. And he did have to... Oh, Roaches came down there and denied that mining. He had to pull all the workers off. Okay, Haas has lost a disgusting amount of mining time in this game. Disgusting. Nerchio is going to be taking a second gas. He's playing very 2-base, which makes sense. Since he knows Haas is on 1 base, he should just be making a ton of Roaches right now. The thing is, I prefer Ling Speed because it gives you a bit more flexibility. And if you've got the 3rd hatch and you realize your opponent like goes and expands here, you can always build a ton of Lings. For me, that just makes like, the decision-making a bit easier. But, I mean, Nerchio's done a good job. He's delayed mining. Finally, Haas is going to start mining that out. He's going to go Templar Archives. Pretty slow transition, and Nerchio is just going to push over there with Queen, Roach, Ravager and say, there's no way you're allowed to mine from that base. Nuh-uh. Oracles are going to try and bypass here. They're going to look for damage, but there is a Spore in that mineral line. So, yeah. Nice defense by Nerchio. Ooh, good micro by Haas. Grabs 3 drones. It says 4 drones died. I don't know where the other one died. Did it go down here and die to these cannons or something? I thought that was only 3. Maybe missed one. Queens, Roaches, Ravagers going to move across here. DT Shrine's on the way. Yeah, when behind Dark Shrine. Nerchio should have this in the bag. He's got too much stuff. 2-base economy is not great, but if Protoss is on 1 base, it's more than you need. Oh, that Queen's going to go down. Or not. Those Oracles are actually pretty much out of energy. Ooh, they do get a second drone kill, but now they're both dangerously low. These Ravagers also going to clear that encampment out as well. And Haas is going 1 base DT charge. Okay, he's dead. The gold base worked. Nerchio's plan worked. He just said, look, if I build 3 roaches here, make them into Ravagers, you're not going to have defense up at home. Realistically, that was a mistake from Haas, though. Haas could have had a cannon ready. And if he had a cannon on the high ground, I guess there would have been an Overlord to spot the high ground, so he could have biled it down. Yeah, I guess it always works out at least like half decently for Nerchio, unless a Void Ray got chrono boosted. If a Void Ray got chrono boosted first rather than an Oracle and a cannon was finished on the high ground, yeah, my feeling is you'd need to test it and see the timings. I'm sure there's so many things that can change the timings by a few seconds on both sides. But I do feel like, you know, Haas is going to come out on top if he goes Void Ray first. Void Ray first is pretty terrible if you don't know this is coming. But if you think about it, Haas saw a Roach Warren. He knew there was lava on that hatchery that could be used to build roaches. So I think we've got to be critical of Haas here and say that's a mistake. That's a pretty big mistake. Overlord goes down here. And, ooh, gets a Ravager. Nice, not a bad snipe. These Oracles are adding up the damage over time here. We've got 2 DTs coming in. Surely he's got a lair, right? Does he have a... He's got a Spore, a lair. He's got 3 Queens. No Transfuse. But, I mean, it's just 1 DT per Mineral Iron. And they're already taking damage. He gets a drone, gets another drone. He's killing some dudes. He's killing some dudes. Let's try and watch both bases at once. 1 in the natural goes down. 1 in the main. Oh my god, he's getting some kills. He's so hilarious if Haas won this game. 10 worker kills. And now he's got this base up. His army is trash, though. He's got like 2 Oracles and a few Charge Zealots. He's getting +2 attack, so his units are going to do good damage. We've got Melee, Ling Speed, and Roach Speed. Okay, so I think Nerchio is starting to appreciate the power of Haas's Zealots, and he's just going to play Ravager, Roach Ravager Baneling this game. We'll see a Baneling S go down in a little bit. Needs Ling Speed and everything to finish in first. And we'll be looking to drone up this 3rd base. No doubt. We've got a Dropper Lord as well. Oh, we're doing a queen attack? Are we doing a queen attack? I think he's going to put those 4 queens in that Overlord, go to an attack. Use the queens as the anti-air to take out the Oracles, any Void Ray that comes out. Haas is building batteries at the front. He knows there's a good chance of an incoming attack. He's setting up Zealots, so he's going to be ready to counterattack that base. There is a possibility of Haas winning this game. That's about as far as I'll go. I think he's pretty dead. I think he's pretty dead. Let's just watch these Oracles. Ooh, ooh. Look at this. Nerchio's like, I will not be surprised by anything. This is Nerchio's vision. Overlords are going to spot that. DT does come in. There's an Overseer and a pack of Roaches and Ravagers ready. He's so prepared for this. Ooh, Stasis Trap harassment in the main. That DT went down in that base. Nerchio on point. It does actually get 2 gas drones caught by a Stasis Trap that was like here. How the hell did it reach there? That's crazy. Or maybe, oh, that was a previous one. Oh, that was an earlier one. Okay. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. It can't reach that far. Oh, poo. Go poo. Go poo. Oh, this Overlord. Could have dropped trousers on that expansion and slowed it down, but is going to come over, sees no gases, sees a 3rd, is like, yeah, Haas is doing the same shit he does every game, except this time he doesn't have any Immortals out, so he's kind of screwed, man. Yeah, Haas is so flexible in how he gets to this point, but it seems like such a powerful mid-game. I've been meaning to try this out quite a bit. I'm probably going to add this to the Book of Filth as just Haas's charge lot drop into Immortal Sentry, mass charge lot. He's even going to get +3 attack. Jeebers. But yeah, Banelings don't care about that. Like, if you're on just Mass Roach Hydra, you're screwed, but he is getting a Baneling Nest this time. He's going for Hydras first. So I still feel like he's a bit too overeager to get to Hydras. A lot of Zergs get a bit too focused on that Hydra tech, and you got to remember, a Protoss who doesn't have these gases, they're never getting Psystorm. They're never adding Archons. Like, it really is the Zealots that are the scary part of their army. Ooh, gets a drone, gets a second one. That's a not a dead Oracle. This Overlord's going to have a perv. He likes to watch. He's used to just sitting in the cupboard, quietly observing. All the other units out there trying to have fun. Creep all over the map. Nerchio is basically just trying to lock this down in the most careful way possible. Pretty boring to watch this sort of game from this point onwards. So let's take a look at chat while we finish it out. Technology is amazing. Stream up on a PC, walk outside, stream up on phone, seamless. We're living the best life in the darkest timeline. My man. Hey, IAWF. Don't worry, dude. Everybody loses track. Embrace the chaos, my friend. Here we go, guys. Where's the Banelings at? He's going to wait for Banelings before he goes in. He's going to morph Banes, and then he'll go. He's going to morph Banes, and then he'll go. Come on, Nerchio. Finish him. There we go. No. All of them. You want like 20 Banes at least to clear this army. That's like 80 Zealots, man. He's like, nah, I'll make 5. I mean, like 5 is still good. If they clump up, 5 Banes will kill a lot of them. Still be very efficient, right? I just want more. There we go. Nerchio. Nerchio embracing the busty Bane boys. So we've got Hydra's upgrades on the way. Zealot. Mass coming in. +3 is finished. Haas is like, this is my timing, man. 12 minutes with +3 attack, an Immortal, an Archon, 3 sentries with barely any force fields, and a pack of +3 charge lots. Ah! Headbutt the Baneling. Zealot warp in does hit the main. That's kind of nice. But yeah, I think he was warping in the main. Looks back, all his Zealots are gone. He's like, I'm a sad Protoss. My man. Oh my god. Just remember, IAWF, if you're struggling in this game, everybody gets rolled at least about half their games, and when you first start out, you usually have to lose about 20 games to get a solid ranking. Alright, Haas, let's get to the next game, please. That game it was an interesting start. I'm surprised Haas got caught out by those Ravages, because it felt like more of an emergency plan than anything from Nerchio, but it worked out. Got the damage done with the Ravages, wasted an insane amount of mining time, and got it going. But yeah, anyone who's starting out, it can take sometimes like 15 games before you're really, or 20 games even, before you're playing like the lower people in Bronze. Because it starts out assuming you're a middle player, but it gives you an algorithm where early on, so whenever you got a new account, you play, you lose or gain a ton of MMR per win or loss. So basically, it very flexibly will quickly, with every loss, shift you into playing lower opponents, and you'll start playing people who are actually your level. So don't expect to win any of your early games when you're first playing StarCraft, especially if you're new to RTS, because you'll just be like, wait, what? This shit am I meant to be doing? There's so much stuff going on. But then your opponents also will just be way more experienced players your first bunch of games on ladder. I know some people encourage brand new players to just like leave their first 15, 20 games so that they actually are playing people at the bottom of ladder where they belong. I think the danger with encouraging that is there's a lot of people like, yeah, I'm pretty bad. Like, I haven't played this game. But then, like, they've played, like, a shitload of other RTS games, so they get the fundamentals. So, like, realistically, they shouldn't be that low on the ladder. But, anyways, guys, we can continue this discussion after introducing these players. Down here in the bottom right, in the red, the Protoss player. His name is Haas. There's also something magical about being a low-level player. Like, we all have really fond memories of when we first started playing this game. It's very vague because you see the game differently, but oh my god, it was fun. Down here, or up here in the top left, in the blue, it's Nerchio. Stabilizes, takes a map back there, and is gonna go take his third base as his natural. I think he's scouting for proxy gates. And in the process, taking a surprise hatch to try and... He's trying to mind game Haas? Is he trying to combat Haas on his own level? No gas. Haas is cannon rushing. 100% he wants to cannon rush. Haas is going to come in, but he's going to go for the... Yeah, it's the gate forge. This is the parting style cannon. No, he goes... Oh, he drops the gas. I think maybe he was just always planning to do that. Gas felt a few seconds late for sure. Comes in now. Seeing the gas timing, he should know there's a hatchery. And he doesn't even go to check it. He's like, I know your hatchery's at your third base. I know what you're doing. I know there's standard gas pool timing for following up a hatch. So he'll check there. He'll be like, did you hide a drone back here and come back in? He's like, no, you didn't. Okay, you probably just took your third. So he's gonna go over and confirm that now. No, Haas is a fucking psychopath. He's just assuming. He just knows it's there, I guess. Fair enough. I always like want to find like some huge, and he wanted to stop the fast third, I guess. Nerchio doesn't even like the fast third. Nerchio is just checking he's not being cannon rushed. He doesn't want there to be a contain going up. And he also wants Haas to put down a pylon. Nerchio, I mean, he does have the money. He might go for that, actually. Is he actually going to... Nerchio never goes for the fast third, usually. That's like a very advanced play, which exposes you to... If you fuck up slightly on your overlord timing or anything with that fast third hatch, it's way less efficient than just doing a more conservative opening like this, which is what I prefer. It's what Nerchio prefers as well. I've always gone with the attitude that the other one can get you very, very slightly further ahead if you get that fast third hatch. But it's just too hard to balance, right? And it's too easy to make a small mistake and kick yourself in the nuts and end up with a way worse position than if you just do the easy build, which is take the third about 30, 31 supply, which he's going to be saving up for now. Back at home, there is a Twilight Council on the way. And Stalker first. Looks like the same opening as game 1 on 16-bit. It was just straight into this. No cannon rush, no weirdness in the early game. I want to see if it can be defended this time around. This is really fascinating to me. How is Nerchio going to try and adjust and hang on? I think one of the big problems for Nerchio in that first game that just made the whole game harder than it needed to be is that he was so low on drones when he got his first roaches out, and then he never, like, droned up to, like, 55 drones. He went so fast for burrow and tunneling claws. Like, his economy was just smaller than it, I think, needed to be. Yeah, it's the exact same opening from Haas. So let's focus on Nerchio and how he plays differently. He is droning here. He's got a lot of lava. He's putting that all into drones. Let's really focus on the details of how he does this. He's got a third queen, so that's probably... He's already got a tumor. Okay. Yep, he's just droning. He's put back on gas, or he's left one miner on gas. He's building a spore for safety in the main, so he's worried about an oracle coming in. So that's what that Stalker achieves. You never know if Haas is going to go what looks like the same opening, but then he stargates you. So this is why Nerchio is making sure there's 2 queens near this mineral line and a spore in the main, because a spore and a queen or 2 queens either will shut down any potential oracle. But that's slowing down Nerchio's income a bit. Now Nerchio's going for a very quick lair and Roach Warren because he doesn't know if it's DTs. He doesn't know if he'll need an Overseer, so he needs the fast lair. He needs the Roach Warren in case it's Zealots. He just can't confirm what he's up against, and that's... I mean, I was like, his problem is he has to build units off such a low drone count, but I think we're going to end up in the exact same scenario. Warp Prism does feel maybe slightly later. Normally it hits the base at about 5 minutes. No, this should be okay. Is he going to whoop in Zealots here? And he wants to hide it in the main base, away from Nerchio's Overlord. Yep. There we go. Going to go do that drop. The Observer's already over there, so he gets rid of the creep with that. And that's like the smartest part of this build, I think, is the Observer. I think a lot of people don't focus on that, but if you think about it, the Observer allows you to clear up creep. Roaches versus Charge Zealots. Already the Charge Zealots are more mobile. You get rid of the creep, and these roaches just struggle to move between the bases. And when you think about how his later attacks rotate in their positioning, it makes perfect sense. Oh my lord, he's going to warp in this time. Those queens are a little bit slow to focus fire the prism. If they get it, it's huge, but they don't quite get it. And now suddenly Nerchio's in big trouble. His roach is taking forever to get down here. He just didn't have enough roaches for this timing. Oh no. And this is huge damage. The queens being gone means the prism can come back in and save weak Zealots. He's going to pick those up to get them to the other side of the mineral line. He's even going to warp in more Zealots. And he can just shift-click on these drones with some of the Zealots. Some of the Zealots chase the roaches. Some shift-click on the drones. Haas finding massive, probably game-ending damage. Nerchio just got bopped. Yeah, he's... Oh my god, 13 drone kills when he was already... I was already complaining about his worker count not being particularly high. To not be ready for this. Did he have roaches sitting in his main? What went wrong here? This was not that fast at timing. But it seems like he only had 4 roaches there or something, and the rest just like were a bit slow to build. Nerchio underestimating the strength of this build. The Observer is going to go down. That's a screw up from Haas. Shouldn't have had that Observer there. That should have been chilling further back. But 17 worker kills. Nerchio's trying to hold down the drone key, but Haas is like, well, I've already got +1 finished. I've got 2 Immortals out, a third one halfway done, adding 4 more gateways. He hasn't got a third up yet. I think that's a... I guess that's because he was warping in so many Zealots. He just didn't have the minerals. But I don't think he needs to wait for the third. I think you can still put the third down if you want to, but you don't even need to as Haas. Like, don't start +2. Yeah, wait for this Immortal. Break these rocks. Just push through and just commit all in. I don't think Nerchio can stop the numbers. Nerchio's trying to build a spine. He's trying to make a Baneling nest. I think, as I've been saying all day, Banelings are the counter to this, but... He doesn't have the economy. What's he going to do? Make like 3 banelings? He's trying to buy time. This is a very smart move by Nerchio, but I don't know if it's going to work out. He's going to get in there. But Haas is super decisive. He's not going to waste time. He's not going to turn around for this. And that just means there's even less defense at home. So, oh, the probes are starting to go down a lot quicker this time. And Nerchio even focus firing the Zealots means he will overwhelm that. But check it out. There's no units at home. Nerchio is just going to give up his third. He's just going to run the drones for now. What's he got? He's got a spine and like 7 roaches versus that. Oh my god. Haas is about to take Nerchio on a one-way ticket to destination wrecked. And yeah. You did, boy. Back at home, the Roaches and Ravagers finally getting overwhelmed. They did take down 7 probes, but looks like every bit of resistance broken. The Immortals standing strong. Did one of the Immortals go down? I think it was just here. Random Immortal was fighting an Extractor. What a boss. Let's go back to 5 minutes when that pressure hit, guys. What did Nerchio do wrong? Did he have Roaches in the main? So he built 3 Roaches, and he had 4 more on the way. So he was going up to 7 Roaches, but it looks like he got supply blocked, which is why all those Roaches didn't build at once. Yeah, so his Roach Warren finishes, and he's only got 1 extra Overlord building. So he only starts 3 Roaches. And this other Overlord's a little bit slow, so he should have had an extra 2 Overlords already building. Oh my god, so then he can start another 4 Roaches. But against this build, I think you want to build at least 9 Roaches, and you want to get them all together in a ball. If you have like 9 Roaches, you can just kill these Zealots as they unload and warp in. But instead, he ends up with like 3 out, 2 more in production, finally adds another 2. And these 3 Overlords aren't building, which just slows down the next few Roaches. And then he's putting his money into Roach speed. He's got all this lava sitting there, which he's not able to spend just yet. And he was a little bit slow to click on the Prism. Oh, he clicked on it with it. Oh, yeah, there was 1 volley there. 1 or 2 volleys. If you watch this, if he was a little bit quicker with his Queens, then maybe. If he was like already clicked on it with both Queens and had his Roaches here to help protect from the Zealots. But he's actually, yeah, I mean, he focuses it pretty quick. It's barely a mistake, if even that. Damn! Haas takes the 2-1 lead, guys. One more to go to close it out. Ah, what a bop. That's the worst way to lose in a pro match, dude. You're just like, really? Did I just die to that? Shit. Are people talking about dead games? Dead games? Dead communities in chat? Oh, of course. People have very little perspective in the gaming community. Very little perspective. You know there's still people playing Warcraft 2 multiplayer? I'm not saying that's exactly in a live game, but yeah, I'm not sure what the conversation is, and I just see people talking about like how people saying, oh, you know, StarCraft's still gonna, you know, going good and stuff. People saying, oh yeah, you know, they'll have to stop supporting it eventually, or they'll have to, you know, kill it. It's like, yeah, StarCraft, you know, StarCraft will have support until they make StarCraft 3, like 100%, because they are so passionate at Blizzard about StarCraft. Obviously, passion doesn't translate to they're just gonna like put all their money into like supporting the game, and just throw money at it for no reason. But it wouldn't be till Warcraft 4 comes out that I think we'd see any noticeable diminishment in support, and even then, I don't know. The only reason that would be bad is, I guess it comes back to when it comes to like the esports side of things. A lot of it probably rests on Overwatch League, right? If that fucks up, then we might just see all other Blizzard games get less esports support. Who knows? Who knows how those boardroom decisions are made, right? So the moral of the story, guys, support Overwatch League. But yeah, it's just one of these things where it's like StarCraft's gonna have such a vibrant community for so long, and StarCraft's one of these games, like there's a lot of games out there that don't have any fucking community until the developer comes along and they're like, guys, here's $1 million. And then people are like, oh, I'm pretty good at this game. Yeah, let's like fucking hang out. And they have like the most, like the main forum for the game will have like 6 people discussing some shit in circles and like being like, your team is imbalanced. You have the strong mech warriors. And they're like, no, you have the red laser mech warriors. Your ones are better. You're just bad at playing. No matter how small a game is, you'll see the same discussions on forums, right? But StarCraft will be fucking where it is like right now for at least a few years. And the thing is, even if Blizzard were like, we're not supporting this shit, there's one community that's going to like host so many of its own tournaments and stuff. Obviously, it's not going to be, we're not going to be able to put on like a WCS. Of course not. But even if Blizzard just imploded as a company and were like, we've got no support for any of our games, no esports, nothing, it would still be going super well, guys, for StarCraft in terms of us having a community of like-minded RTS nerds to hang out with, play games, love the game, and compete with each other. It would be amazing. Do I get free shit from Blizzard for working with them? Yeah, so what happens is when I work for Blizzard, they pay me money to do contracts, like commentating an event. So I guess you could call that money free shit, but it's not really free because I have to work for it. All influencers do get sent free things from just about every company they've worked with, and also just random companies that like are like, hey, we want you to cover our game. Nate's in chat. Nate's hanging out, spamming some Kappas. The Kappa King knows. I bet this guy wakes up every morning. He's got like a box on his doorstep from Fire Warriors 637, the new mobile game. And they're like, here is our Fire Warriors t-shirt and also a bottle of whiskey. Maybe you could play our game on stream sometime. And Nate's like, I'll drink your whiskey, but I'm not going to fucking play your game. I'm joking. You don't get sent that much free stuff. That's the dream. But you do generally, like, whenever there's a big release, companies will maybe send a little thing out here or there. We're lucky enough at events. Sometimes they give us little goodies. Like I've got, like, a really cool Stein glass they gave us at Katowice one time. Few t-shirts here and there, you know, like... I've got like a WCS hoodie from one of the or a community summit hoodie and a WCS hoodie. I have like 27 gaming hoodies. Like you get cool little things here and there, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna shill for them. Obviously, Nerchio is being a real weirdo with his base, but Haas is like, it's Nerchio. He's not even afraid of a proxy hatch. Like any other player right now would be so afraid of a proxy hatch. Haas just is like, you're Nerchio. You're like the safest dude ever. He's like, yeah. Like you're just playing macro, just weird macro. So anyway, guys, Nerchio is a game away from losing, and if he takes that hatch, he's actually just a psychopath. He's trying to freak him out. He's trying to freak it. What is Nerchio doing, man? He's trying to get in Haas's head. This is like the scariest thing. You gotta be brave. Only the brave Polish king, King Artur himself, would possibly want to be playing these mind games with the psychopath Haas. I think he freaked him out a bit. I think he did freak Haas out a little bit. But once Haas saw the base, I think Haas is like, yeah, that's cool, no worries. And he's already like planning a proxy here. He's like, I'm gonna build cannons here from a pylon. I don't know. Actually, there is like, you could do a really nasty blink all in on this ledge maybe, if you break these rocks down and you build shield batteries here. Maybe? You might be able to, I'm not sure. Anyway, once again, Nerchio's vision gets denied, and the Zerg gets to play... Ah, shit. I'm playing Haas, and I have zero information to work with. God damn it. Yes, I coach all levels. If you have any coaching questions, shoot me an email. You know, even if you're not 100% sure if you want coaching, I'll always just send out an info packet and answer any quick questions you have there. Yeah, it's not bad, John Prince. I do have a lot of little goodies and things. Sometimes I give some of them away as gifts, not gifts, but like prizes at Pigsty Cup. But otherwise, I just hoard them. My favorite things recently have been Wizards of the Coast have been sending me Magic cards. Like, I'm actually getting a decent little collection of Magic cards. So I'm like, shit, if they keep sending me these, I might actually like go... Might like make a few live decks outside of Arena and actually like go to like a little local event. Go to a store, play some games. I'm more interested in drafting. I find drafting a lot more interesting in Magic, though. Limits the choices for someone who's new to the game, so it gives you a smaller set of choices, I feel. Nerchio is doing the exact same thing, guys, but no third gas this time. Faster second gas, no third gas. Haas, surprise, surprise, is doing the exact same thing. Oh, he forced a battery in the wall. That's actually kind of nice. That's always awkward. So those Zerglings, I mean, units lost. It's pretty good for Nerchio. Pretty good for Nerchio. And look at this. He's like, you don't have any forward warp-in locations, and he knows that. Overlord sees the Prism coming. He knows where... And this time the Zealots aren't even warped in yet. He's going to have to stop that. Look, he's going to transform this shit like here, and he's going to warp in a few Zealots. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here. Here. He's going to warp in some Zealots. He's got to do it before he goes in. There we go. Yeah. And the Zergling sees it. This time he's already got 6 roaches out, and they've got time to group up, and his queens are together. 0 damage today, Haas. Haas also doesn't have an observer out this time around, which means this creep is allowed to protect with 3 Cs. And that creep spread could get real thick if this game keeps going on. This one's meant to harass, but right now he's thinking, do I need to go home and protect too? I don't know. Observer's coming across. He perv. He just watch. And right now I'm worried for Nerchio because if these rocks get taken down, his bases get split up. So I think as Nerchio, once you get like 30 roaches out, whenever there's a lull in the action, you break those rocks and you clear them yourself. But you've got to wait for Haas to not be in your face. And Haas... Ooh, oh, Observer goes down again. He watch. He perv. Queens say, don't fucking perv on my babies, you sick fuck. And they kill him. Oh shit! When the fuck did the DT shrine come? Oh no! Oh no! The Prism distracting there. DT's running it. Oh crap, Nerchio. Oh no. Good pull on those drones. What about the drones in the main? Good pull. He's got an Overseer here. No. Okay, he's got a Spore at the 3rd and an Overseer here. Cleans that one up. Holy shit, great crisis management from King Arthur. DT needs to hide. Don't send it in there. Don't send it in. Okay, he's going to try and hide it. Prism's there, ready to save it. These Zealots not attacking. If they were shift-clicking drones, the Queens are really slow at killing them. But now the Roachling's on top of them. Oh, little slight fail in the multitasking there from Haas. Actually, Haas is still up 8 workers. He could still win this game, guys. If he can defend his 3rd and just build up a few more Immortals, he's already at 2. Ravager Ling Roach, though, coming across. 39 drone Ravager timing from Nerchio. Oh no! Oh, nope. Warp Prism goes down with the DT in it. That's really fucking bad because now Nerchio can focus everything on the aggression. And he really wants to get over there and spew some acid all over Haas's disgusting Protoss face. And as I say that, he kind of pulls back. But honestly, he's on a terrible drone count. Make Banelings and go, man. I think he can make Banelings and go because there's not a good sentry count. But maybe he's just going to play defensive, which, to be honest, is most players' default against Haas. Don't throw the game. He's always got some weird aggressive move. If you attack into him, it's usually what Haas wants, right? Because he'll just be like, oh, I was preparing to do my own attack, but if you're going to come to me, okay, he'll jump on it. And we are going to see Roach Bane this time. We saw what happened on Red Shit when the Banelings engaged, so I think it can work out. 53 probes. Sentry, Zealots warping in. We got a Forge there. We have a Forge. Once again, Haas doing the exact same build. And that's it, guys. I mean, he's got +1. His +2 is too late this game. I don't think he's even going to start it. Because this is his go time. 4 Immortals, couple of Sentries, 4 billion Zealots. Yeah. That's Haas's, that's his MO right there. His modus operandi. Operandi? I don't know. No one's ever fucking said that shit out loud before. Who turned that into a saying anyway? What wanker was going around calling things a modus operandi? Randy with the... Alright, dumb jokes aside, let's talk about the game. Nerchio's got a good army supply, and this time he's making more Banelings. I think he's respecting it. A lot more Banelings are coming in. Overseer's gonna fly home. He's down in workers, so he needs a good fight. But Haas is very one-directional right now, and oh, the Zealots are clumped. He's already baited a few force fields. That's what you need to do against this. Yeah. This is... I mean, he can just wait. As long as Nerchio doesn't get his Roaches separated from his Banes. Notice how the Banes are kind of in like a central position. He spread a few out. He needs to not get those Banelings stuck. But look at that. Whenever the Zealots clump forward and the Roaches pull back, the Banelings find these juicy clumps of Zealots. And, yeah, is there enough Roaches? That's a lot of Immortals still, but I think... Okay, yeah, more Banelings roll in. And when those Zealots crumble and the Roaches get on top of the Immortals so quickly, I mean, you can't save them all as Haas. You can only fit 2 inside the Warp Prism. Those Immortals are thick. And that Warp Prism has finite energy. Finite space. Not infinite, but finite. Roaches push through. Good hold by Nerchio. So this one was interesting because just the small thing of doing that Zergling pressure early, I think that totally fucked Haas's build. It just felt like his rhythm was a little bit off. The DTs were good, but Nerchio's response there was sick. So how many Lings did he actually have to commit to get this damage done, guys? It was 8 Zerglings. So literally 2 less drones than normal. But he's like, you go Stalker first, and you've been skipping the Gateway unit. Wait a second, fuck you. You can't do that. You can't do that. So he, yeah, forces extra buildings here. Gets a Probe, gets a Stalker. He's got a Chrono Boost and Adept, which slows down the other parts of the build coming out. Yeah, this was so great. And this is one of these things you got to look out for when you're playing a player like Haas, because he will cut corners repeatedly. And if you don't pay attention about how you can abuse him for that, he gets away with it and you go, holy shit, is this guy good at macro? It's like, no, not straight up macro. He's good at cutting corners. He's good at saying, you know what? People normally aren't going to take advantage of this, so I'm going to take this risk. And he's very good at taking those risks. And if you just play like too focused on your own game, you end up getting taken advantage of. But Nerchio totally screwed his build. He just like got a nice little edge, a little bit of value, and then we saw the difference when he had the roaches and the queens ready and the prism came over and it had to nope out. But really, hats off to Nerchio for defending the DTs, because that was the big one, I think. Defending the DTs there is what, otherwise he would have been screwed. He would have been screwed pretty badly. CC Jensen, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub, dude. Appreciate the support. Jensen says, I'm surprised how few Zergs get Overlord speed versus Haas. It's such an expensive upgrade, Jensen. It's so expensive, but I absolutely feel you, dude. I absolutely feel you. If there's one guy I'd go Overlord speed against, it's the dude who goes Stalker first every game and does weird shit. I'm with you on that one. Randy Babandy. Down here in the bottom left-hand side, in the red, the Protoss player, it is Haas. It wasn't that a guy's name who I was casting or I was playing last week? His name was Randy Bob Andy. I was in the newbie stream, I think. Randy Bob Andy. It was a fucking great name. Over here in the blue, the Zerg, it's Nerchio. Sends a drone out mega early. Mega. Did I just say mega with an R? Now I'm listening. You guys have taught me to like listen to my own Australianisms. That one's not even an Australianism. That's just me talking weird. I'm pretty sure I did add an R on the end of that. I said megar. Megar. Randy's great. It's from Trailer Park Boys. Oh, dude, I gotta watch that show. I think it's on Netflix. People have told me that's like Canadian history right there. Apparently that's like what the average Canadian person's life is like, is that show, so you can understand like regular Canadian society a lot better after you watch Trailer Park Boys. Here that's like, it's pretty much pretty similar, right, to like if you're like a central Toronto high powered lawyer, you probably live the same lifestyle, I imagine. Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, I got to check that show out for sure. Letterkenny? I've never heard of Letterkenny. My favorite thing about Canadians is still what you guys call your money. Fucking Looney Tunes? You guys have Looney Tunes money? People make fun of our money for being Monopoly money. You guys literally call them like toonies and loonies and stuff. I'm like, this is hilarious. It's amazing. So he went for the third base. Haas is once again like, what the hell are you doing, dude? I don't care. I'm not going to check it. What are you doing? So he keeps checking to see, have you snuck a hatch in here? And he's going to go, oh, okay, you just took that base. So what's nasty about this expansion is a Warp Prism can go there. You pull all your units up, and then it can instantly be back in a mineral line. So you got to be very careful with like queen positioning. Something which Nerchio has been very aware of against Haas since he's so powerful with his Warp Prisms. And oh my lord, a Stalker first. So as Nerchio, he's a really high level player. He says, if I build 8 Zerglings again, it's not going to work because you're going to queue up an Adept right after this Stalker. So I'm only going to go the normal 4, or even, actually, he doesn't even need any Zerglings, really, because there's no offense. But he says, look, I'm just going to scout with 4 Lings, play defensively. But the funny thing is, it's Haas. So Haas is not going to queue up a unit after that Stalker. Like, 100% he's not going to. Just watch the production tab. Yeah, he starts a sentry and then cancels it immediately. I think he was like faking it to try and make the Overlord think he's building a gateway unit, but he's not. He's not. Twilight Council and Robo, and 6 Lings are starting reactively because he's seeing this not building another unit, but now he starts a sentry, so he's going to be ready. These Lings are later than the previous round, I believe. It's a similar pressure. You know, that sentry might be late. Ooh, he might just barely get in there, and at the very least, he's forced a sentry, forces a force field. Not bad. So we've already got the extra gateways down. It is the Twilight, the Robo. It's the exact same build. The guy who we call the cheesy guy who can't macro. Well, guess what? He's playing like Zest right now, guys. He's doing the exact same build every single game. David, welcome back to the Pigsty. 8 months in a row. How ironic that you just announced on social media this morning, or I guess it wasn't your morning, but it was my morning, that you're having a new baby. Congrats, dude. That's awesome. You're having like a 4th kid? Or is it a 2nd kid? But it's 4 of you in total. I don't know. Either way, congrats, dude. And we're gonna have a baby next month as well. Thank you. Thanks for the support. So the Lings were like, nah, we ain't gonna overcommit here. We don't want to get force fielded and stuff. We're just gonna chill. Haas is safe. Haas is doing the exact same. There's so little to commentate in this series. It's just, how does Nerchio react? Let's go look at the details. All right, that's nice. Observer's gonna get rid of the Perverlord. Oh my god, Lings. If the Lings were all here, they would just get us around and kill a Stalker and a Sentry for free. Oh my lord, Haas, you psychopath. I guess he knew his Warpins were almost ready. It's still so dangerous moving a Stalker and a Sentry out then. Ah well. Warp Prism moves out. So what's going on Nerchio's side? 3 gases. Lair's almost done. Building 2 more Queens. Gonna pull all 3 Queens to the front. 7 Roaches are on the way. Ooh, they're not quite ready. They need time. I hope they're all popping at the 3rd. We've got 4 popping at the 3rd. The rest are going to take ages to get down from the main base. It's not fully connected with creep, but on this map, it's very close. So there's not much off creep travel distance. Nerchio, I think he's seen that prism. He should be ready for this. He's going to have his Roaches ready. Once again, he's only on 40 drones, so he's already behind in economy. Haas goes for a quick 3rd. Haas just focusing on, like he did in the first series, the very first game of this best of 5, kills the creep tumors, and he's just going to pick up and leave. And he's going to rotate this prism. He'll go up north into the main, poke in. Okay, he's going to go south first. Yeah, he's just kind of looking around. He's just like, yeah, let's see what you're doing. Nerchio starts droning. He starts roach speed. But he's behind. Behind in economy anyway. And Haas is ready to transfer a ton of drones to that 3rd as it finishes up. So Observer's coming forward. He wants to try and get more creep tumors. That's like Haas's real goal. Remember, it's all about splitting up the Roach army, catching them out of position because your Zealots are hyper mobile. My man. 2nd kid. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, holy crap, David has 4 kids. I watched this when I just woke up. It was the first thing that popped on my feed, David. And and I was very sleepy. So my brain was like, I wonder why the other 2 kids weren't in the little video you put up. I was like, they must be so young. You just couldn't be bothered putting them in the video. That's my brain. Because I was like, you said something about 4. I was like, it must be all 4. Yeah. I'm intelligent. Anyways. Oh, shit. Force fields. Force fields. Uh-oh. Roachy boys. More like deady boys. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, gross. Actually, one of them gets out. Waddle, 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 waddle. Oh my god, lots of Zealots already warping in. 53 probes, that's all Haas needs. 3 mineral lines roaring right now. Look at that. He's up about 500-600 minerals a minute right now. And the Baneling Nest is ready, but he's still massing Roaches. Nerchio, you need to make Zerglings. Every game I've been talking about how he's not making enough Banelings early enough. It's only like once he's got the game in the bag. There we go. Okay, he's making 6 Banes. He just can't get force fielded. Yeah, I don't know if he knows this army's here. He's got no Ravages. He can't break force fields. Get out of there. He's going to get trapped. Oh my god, Nerchio, you psycho. Oh my lord, that's 12 Zealots swinging in the right-hand side. His army's completely out of position. This is the split. Haas is going to try and trap some of the Roaches on the right while they're distracted. But the Zealots are on move command. They're move commanding. They're not actually doing that well. Uh-oh, these Roaches are getting cornered. Nerchio, though, he manages to get out of dodge for now. Banelings coming over there looking for the juicy center of those Zealots. Oh, he's baiting the force fields. Nerchio's so good. He's going to try and fight. He still doesn't have many Banelings, though. He needs a little bit more time here, but he's not going to wait. He's going to try and fight it with mostly Roaches. The force fields holding strong, and most importantly, the Zealots in the main. Nerchio messed up his split. And he actually just barely got overwhelmed in the main. There's 2 zealots still in there that are forcing his APM into his main base, which is why he's losing so many roaches, which is why he's not making more lings and banes, because he's so distracted by just 2 zealots, each one with over 5 kills. And oh no, Nerchio caught off guard here by Haas, the Taiwanese monster, the fire-breathing psychopath, the zealot lord, the king of the cannons, he who knows no macro, he who occasionally micros decently. I'm gonna... Oh, Warp Prism goes down. Wait, why did he recall? What? He didn't kill the base? I mean, he's ahead so far. It doesn't matter. Oh, he's still got a zealot in the main on 7 kills. Oh, man. He's going to knock out Nerchio. King Arthur is going to die down here in the dark depths of Lost and Found to a crazy Taiwanese Protoss player. Oh, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I mean, the thing is, this build is just, he's so light on his pressure, but he can swing it into such heavy aggression if his opponent's unprepared, right? That's the difference we're seeing in these games. Sometimes he's like, oh, you're not ready? Like on Acid Plant, warps in 4 more zealots and just like goes crazy on the 3rd base. But when he's defended, he's just like pick off a tumor, create threat, and then he just transforms it into such a big, powerful army so quickly. But yeah, I think the Baneling count is honestly the most important thing. And obviously Nerchio being blindsided by those zealots. Once they're in your mineral line, you have to do so much micro just to keep your drones alive, while at the same time not letting the sentries and immortals push into the base and force field this choke point. So that's why Nerchio got so caught out there. He's going to try and defend. He's still got a decent sized army, but there's still, oh my god, 5 immortals now. That's gross, dude. More zealot counters swinging the right hand side. Some of them do pull back, and Banelings run in. They get a few zealots, but there's still a lot of immortals here. Banelings come in from behind, don't find their targets. There's still a lot of force fields here. The 3rd base goes down. More zealots swinging on the right-hand side. Move command all the way. They are going to try and get out of there. Haas realizing, okay. But his main army can push in from the other side now as well. Sorry for the observing. That was a bit dizzying, watching the way I was moving that camera around. Here we go. All right. Just going to pull back, let those biles land on a single stalker. 1 more split with the force fields, and these immortals are going to chow this army down. The roaches and ravagers are going to get wrecked. They are going to get destroyed. There's not enough. There's no banes. And the problem is that he's pressed up. He's got so little room to work with. So these sentries have such an easy time force fielding this. Yep, you pull back, force field there. Your army can't get through. Notice how he pulls back the zealots and he says, come at me. He's going to hold position. Yep. Ooh, does eat 1 big bile on the sentries. But yeah, I mean, your hatchery's going to die. Nerchio, you got to go out there and fight. The hatchery goes down. Corrosive bile misses. And that's it. Those zealots in his main base as well. Oh, yeah, that was rough. Let me go back to that moment. Because I do think Nerchio could have held on. I think not having the Banelings earlier hurts. But seeing this so late, I guess, was a problem, right? If he had like an Overlord or some Lings and saw this coming earlier, I think he would have been fine. But he just had so little time to respond to this gigantic Zealot swing. And that is what always allows Haas to get position. The thing is, whenever Haas is pushing on one angle, he's like, he gets force fields baited here. His Zealots, he loses a few Zealots going in and out. By the time he gets to your base, he's lost half of his army. Most of his force fields are gone. You know, you kind of have a lot of space to retreat. The moment he gets up here, though, it's like he can just force field and kill your base. You kind of have to fight. And that's what this Zealot counters are about, this mobility. That's why he works so much on getting rid of the creep spread normally. Nerchio did a good job of respreading, but if we watch this side of the fight, look at this movement. Just this simple pullback. Haas says, oh shit, pulled you back. Nerchio says, okay, quick, get back on the right. That's the real threat. He doesn't leave enough units over here. He's also so distracted on the left, he didn't transfuse those queens. They go down, and these Zealots are going to swing back in. Because once again, Immortals move forward and create... Wait, this is the later attack. This isn't the first attack, you idiot. I'm like, this seems a bit wrong. Lol. I'm like, wait a second. This fight seems different. Let's go back. It's like 7 minutes, right? Yeah. Here we go. I'm like, that's odd. Yeah. But look at this. Look at this. The army's out here. He's like ready to engage in these open areas where force fields aren't effective. He's got just a few banelings. And then he's like, oh shit. Oh shit, especially these zealots that walked past into the main were actually the crucial ones. Because Nerchio's like, oh shit, okay, and he's like trying to keep these roaches alive, and all this is so APM intensive. He doesn't have time to actually, his Zerglings that pop out end up all dying. Whereas if he was making more Banelings constantly, these zealots, not a threat. But instead, suddenly he's taking this fight, because he has to take this fight, because there's 3 low hit point zealots, which unfortunately he didn't deal with. If he dealt with those, oh, it could have changed this entire game. He could have put all his focus on the front. He could have been microing these roaches better, making more banelings with his lings as they're popping out. But once Haas created that chaotic situation where he was between the rallies, it is so hard for Nerchio against such a scary army. And you can see he starts bleeding off roaches on both sides. He's not able to take the correct fight. Did end up in a nasty position. There's definitely something to be said for the fact that Nerchio was down in drones a lot in these games. But I do think it's totally okay if he splits his army just a little bit better there, deals with those zealots, doesn't let them get out of control. He manages to hang on. Because the thing is, so I want to draw this comparison, right, for you guys. So for anyone who's watching, especially the Zerg players, are going to say, well, Nerchio's work account sucked. No wonder he lost. He was behind in workers against Protoss. That's not actually the case. I do think he could have pushed his work account a little bit earlier if he was like slightly greedier in the early game. Especially, that would have been a nice way to respond to the fact that, hey, my opponent's going Stalker first every game, right? Build no Zerglings, take a fast third hatch, delay your Ling speed. Nerchio was not getting value out of Ling speed, except for the games where he did the pressure and got good value out of it. What can you do? You can skip Ling speed, get more drones out. That is perfect against that build that Haas is doing. What else can you do? You can, like I said, get a faster third hatch with that money. Skip Zerglings completely. The combination of skipping Ling speed, skipping early Lings, you're going to get like 6 extra drones up really early, a faster third base. Suddenly, you're defending that same drop of 50 drones rather than 40 drones, and from there, the rest of the game is much easier. So I think he could have been greedier, but keep in mind, assuming you end up in this position, being behind in workers versus Protoss is actually not bad. In a normal game where the Protoss is going for Storm, Immortals, Archons, high-tech, value units, the Protoss has established an advantage in tech and army composition, right? They're just going for high-quality units, which you can't match until you get Hive Tech. That's what the Protoss's lead is. So what ends up happening is if the player is... Sorry, my brain is super fried at the end of my stream. I'm just like, ugh, unable to get a point out. So if the Protoss is doing that, then you should be up 10, 15 workers, sometimes even 20 workers at some points in the game. And that's normal because you're using a less efficient composition. So you're balancing it out by having more economy. But if you've actually got Roach, Bane, Ravager, that's a better composition than a Protoss who is mostly just non-zealots and is only mining 2 gases. He doesn't have all of these threatening transitions of, oh, I've got fucking 8 High Templar with Psystorm, 6 Immortals, 4 Archons. That is like so infinitely far down the track if the game goes on. It's so far away. And often against these very low gas all-ins, it's actually completely fine as a Zerg to defend it and be on less workers. Because the moment you defend that attack, the Protoss follow-up is balls. It is just crap. It's so bad. What do you do if that attack doesn't work as Haas? You're like, got 200 gas in the bank. I could start a Templar Archives, start Psystorm following that, Chrono Boost it, and have enough gas for 2 High Templar 5 minutes from now. And you're like, it's just shit. The Protoss needs to build so many more probes even if he wants to saturate gases. If he wants to take gas and go into it, he also needs to build a ton more probes to catch back up in that regard. It's going to take him forever to get those higher quality units out. It's just the Immortals and the Sentries that give him long-term value, but a small group of those on their own is not useful once the Zealots are nullified. So that's the big thing that goes on with that build, and we used to see this exact same scenario back in Heart of the Swarm with a player called Hitman. He did a build with just 1 gas, a 2-base 7-gate attack, just tons of Zealots and Stalkers, and no one could stop it because every Zerg was trying to get up at least 5 or 6 drones, then build units and stop it, and they kept dying. They said, what the fuck, this is unholdable. And we eventually realized, well, no, you just, you stop it like 2 or 3 less workers than he's on, and you're fine, and you win. And we were like, but then you're behind. What if he just doesn't attack? And we're like, what if he doesn't attack? This is the worst fucking build ever. He's got no gas. He can only make Zealots and Stalkers. It's a fucking terrible, terrible situation. And the moment you do defend or you become safe, if they don't commit, you can hold down that drone key. You've got 3 hatcheries. And suddenly, what turned into, oh, my economy doesn't feel great, goes, I've got a fat army, I'm safe, so safe, and I've got this big economy that builds a lot quicker once you both swap into economy. So hopefully that helps explain how these kind of mineral-heavy builds for Protoss often, I think, catch Zerg on autopilot saying, I need more workers than Protoss, I need more workers, and that is why I support what Nerchio did with his worker count. I just feel that Nerchio could have cut some corners earlier to punish the way Haas was opening in his games. And I think we do see that in his later series in this tournament. We'll get to casting that one tomorrow, probably next week. We'll cast the semis and the grand finals of this tournament. Haas progresses to the semifinals to face Showtime.